First one to comment means I'm doing yours today. And today, we're back in the SCK talking about Woodson County, named after Daniel Woodson. Now, I say it's named after Daniel Woodson because there is some debate whether it's named after him or it's named for Silas Woodson, who was a lawyer and governor in Missouri in that same time period. That is from Kansas State Historical Society's website. But both the map and a couple other sites I've gone to have said that it was named for Daniel Woodson. So let's talk about Mr. Daniel Woodson. This guy who, in this picture, is trying his best to look intimidating, I think. So, Daniel Woodson was born in Virginia. Growing up there, he was an ardent supporter of the democratic politics that existed in Virginia at the time, i.e. states' rights and, the propagation of slavery. He published a newspaper called the Lynchburg Republican, which was geared toward Democrats. But the Republican Party wasn't a thing at the time, so they weren't really using that name. So Lynchburg Republican was a Democratic newspaper espousing the states' rights viewpoint. In 1854, Woodson is going to be appointed by Franklin Pierce, who's number 2 or 3 on my list of worst presidents we've ever had, as the Secretary of the Territory of Kansas, where he drew a salary of $2,000 a month. And let's just say I'm not a fan. Woodson was very supportive of those who favored Kansas entering the Union as a slave state, like most of the immigrants from southern states to Kansas would have been. Andrew Reeder, who was the first territorial governor of Kansas, had to escape the state several times. Every time he would have to leave the state, that meant that Woodson would take the title of acting territorial governor. In one of these cases, Woodson was the acting territorial governor when legislation passed by the bogus legislature came through, and he allowed a lot of laws that pretty much made it illegal to say slavery was bad in Kansas. Woodson was very much not subtle about his support for the slavery cause in Kansas, but he stayed. As new territorial legislatures are enacted, he's going to try to he's going to help found the town of Parker, Kansas, because he believed it was going to be on a railroad. And then when it wasn't, him and most of the townspeople made their way to Coffeyville, where he eventually settles and lives for the majority of his life. He actually finds and runs the Coffeyville Journal newspaper, which I think is still being published today. Woodson County, named after him in 1855, was the only county named for a member of the territorial government until Davis County is going to be renamed into Geary County in the 1890s. So there you go. Woodson County, named after another pro-slavery guy. There's a lot of those on that half of the state. Leave your comment. I'll get another one going. See y'all later.